Welcome back, ladies and gents, to the 22nd episode of Border Nexus. For those of you who were here last week, we want to thank you for tuning in then, but we also, want to acknowledge yet again, but wow, this music's loud, give me a second, that we are having our war arc type thing going on right now, so the characters will each be getting a lot of individual attention during each individual session, starting with Dakif in this one. So, Thaddeus, Melanie may be present for a moment at the beginning to talk about things as they head off to their sections, but following that, there will be none of that.
Hello, everybody.
My
name is Melanie.
What do you sound like?
We're gonna start off with the man of the hour to give the recap.
Yeah,
our little man.
Yeah,
our little Lordbo.
Do it, Dakis.
Last session we just kind of goofed around getting ready. Found out that Dakith was being made a cannon that he can wield, which is pretty cool. We found out how cannons work and that they even exist.
Howitzers, even.
Thaddeus spent his time becoming a blacksmith, which is neat. I can't remember what Melanie did, honestly.
Learn to clean the
spent her
cannons.
time learning to maintenance and load the cannons. Was the big thing. She learned how to use and maintenance them.
Dakith turned his pike into a poison pike, which is neat.
Yo.
And also grabbed some healing pouches, because we're gonna need them.
Of course.
It's pretty much it. We just goofed around.
We found out Bigby was a fiend. Feels
Oh,
like
yeah,
a pretty
that's
big
good.
point of that. Thaddeus is cursed. Following up what Salix here remembers, we discussed with Ruby and Kalazax who appeared.
We conscripted Ruby to fuck with Salaknir. Yes.
Hopefully.
And the dragon.
I do not. Indeed. So the plan was set in motion that it would be up the rivers, because they would be the fastest way to transport as much equipment as going. Dakith, your and Bigby's battalions were heading up together.
Yes.
Around the west side of the territories.
Yes. Making sure to stay out of Cabernet.
Right. And then, notably, so let me pull up the document for exactly how much equipment is going where. Because you have one of the 10 cannons on you, or being carried by you. Yeah.
It's 2 cannons, only counting 1 cannon if you're not counting the one he's carrying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, with your cannon, you have one of the smaller battalions, though with Bigby it kind of makes up at least like half the force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going up around the west, and you have Kalazax with you. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not missing any notable names on that one.
No.
Cool. So then, that's how that works. There we go. So, yep. So as you begin marching up the more desolate area of the territory, splitting off from the rest of them as you and Big B effectively leave first. You can now see, like, heading around the bottom tip of Cabernet, you can see marching behind you and still coming up the river, Pendragosa and Melanie's forces. As Cabernet is quiet. Can't really see much from the southern border. And as you march around, taking as wide turns as possible, you can see there are almost no forests overhead as the big sprawling prairie transformed to the rocky crags that make up Crotavir. You and Bigby and Kalazax effectively make up a tower of power structure in the center of like a ring battalion. As you have as it's almost like a diamond formation where you have the corner in front of you, two corners to the side, and the back corner behind you.
And just us in the middle.
Correct.
Nice.
And as you begin marching, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Fair.
As the skies overhead are clear.
I don't like the way you worded that.
It is clear.
Cool looking sky.
It doesn't appear to be anything. The ellipsis was around the sun is not there.
Oh shit.
You can see over in the northern region of Arunia, all the way across, you can see what looks to be a storm rolling in over that territory.
Oh shit.
But your troop continues marching. Do you give out any orders or any directions specifically aside from continuing to march?
No orders, but he is gonna talk to Bigby.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Bigby.
Yes, so Dagath.
I'm assuming you have a plan in case the dragon spots us, because I've never encountered a dragon before, besides seeing it overhead once in the woods.
I would have thought that you'd have slain many in your past.
Sadly, never a dragon.
I say. It will not see us.
Very well. And
I can lock its eyes away from us, though matters of the mortal I have no jurisdiction over.
what exactly are you, Bigby? If you can do all these things. I thought you were...
Butler.
Akith looks him up and down and is just very curiously. I won't pry into your personal matters. Let's continue on. And Dakith just kind of just keeps marching.
Alrighty.
Dakith like actually seems like worried, if that makes sense. So he's gonna, it's kind of being he's very focused.
Yeah. You can tell that Katla's axe is almost mirroring the expression. Or the feeling, I suppose. Of like focused but concerned.
Fair. Dakith's actually gonna look to him and say, I know I haven't always been kind to you, but we're allies in this. Yeah, you did, and hopefully, us working together will put aside our differences, and we can get through this and come out alive.
That is the hope. Should the sky fall, I will push it up with you.
Dakith's gonna reach out to shake his hand.
And he accepts it.
And then Dakith just turns forward and stays focused.
Friendship is magic.
As you can see, the group of about like 6 hobgoblins behind you that are managing the normal artillery cannon. Because you've got yours kind of affixed to effectively a cart that you just kind of have like attached to you.
Like I'm essentially just pulling like a horse buggy, but
basically.
That's funny.
I mean, yeah. Giant's Might moment. Not Giant's Might, powerful build.
Yeah.
As you begin coming to, as you can see now, the train tracks of where the train used to go through Crotavir. Off in the distance, as you approach, go ahead and roll another perception check.
Double digits.
Finally.
As you continue approaching, you can see that the storm that was approaching from the east of Arunia into it, you can see notably like lightning bolts kind of jolting around in it. As it begins to almost slow down near the border of Arunia and Bidonia. As the skies almost begin like darkening from around it.
Specifically around the border of like Arunia.
Correct. Like on the border of kind of how the capital is on the border, around that area. There's as you continue crossing, there doesn't appear to be anything else overhead. But as you do enter past the tracks into the border of the city of Crotavir, go ahead and roll another perception check. You do notice something odd about Bigby. He hasn't left any footsteps. And not only that, his footsteps have been completely silent. And so have yours.
So essentially he's just covering it up.
Potentially. But not a single footfall has been heard since your movement here.
Including these soldiers or just us?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
And as you begin approaching the capital, passing it and going north, you see as you pass like the castle itself, Bigby kind of like raises his hand, like his palm like face up towards the castle, and then he lowers it. Like he just lowers his hand back to his side and continues marching.
Like he was giving like praise to the capital or the castle.
Something like that.
Like he was waving at someone. That's weird.
And then, as you pass the capital, and you exit the city to the north of it, go ahead and roll another perception check.
Finally.
The skies, confidently, are clear. Aside from the storm growing, not a single wind beat, not a single dragon shout.
Is the is the storm still staying like on the border of
It is
Arena?
staying there, yes. It is still moving.
Okay.
As you approach, almost like the wave of the Cabernet Sauvignon that is touching out to Crotavir, Big B signals a halt for the movement.
And Dakith is gonna. I'm assuming Dakith has to halt his part too, so he does the same thing.
I believe this is where we part, Sir Dakith.
Indeed. I'm assuming that you won't be able to hide me and the troops as we continue north.
This will be up to you. Not our forces are small and should be well hidden.
Well, I hope to see you in battle. And Dakith like reaches out like to grab his forearm.
And he does the same, like the warrior shake.
Yeah.
And as like the shake like releases, you almost feel like a shiver run up your spine.
Like he's like a fear shiver?
Just a very uncomfortable feeling. As you can almost see like a bit of a glint, a glint in his eye as he's just, I hope so as well. We shall raise hell together.
Dakith like smirks at him.
Best not to dally.
Very well. And Dakith signals his troops to continue walking.
And as Kalizax moves forward with you, as you split off, Kalizax does. Should I take a point lead to scout out better? Since you are as large as you are, and we don't have anyone that's necessarily specialized in scouting beyond the average.
Yeah, take one man with you in case something causes you to not be able to return.
Understood.
And Dakith signals like one man to go with him.
And Kalizax and him begin to double time it up to the front. As they kind of disappear in like the phalanx.
There's no like towns or anything where we are, right?
No,
Okay.
This is going past it because now you're basically getting into Crow's Nest.
Okay.
And as you do cross that border, go ahead and roll another perception check.
There. Come on, dicey. Nice.
That might be the highest you've ever rolled.
Yeah.
Literally, this is the highest perception. I
As you
perceive
do,
everything.
a bit past the border, There are trees there that you do not recall passing when you first went between Crotavere and Crow's Nest in this direction. Like
I can't see
fully
them
grown trees.
in detail, right? I can't see them.
Correct.
They're pretty far.
But this is an area that trees were not.
I'm assuming they're the same fucking trees that we saw. The quirky trees.
Your phalanx has yet to approach them.
Okay.
Do you
I'm
do
assuming-
anything before they do?
Yeah. Shit. How far away are they? Like, if you-
I'd probably give it about, say, 1,000 feet. About a quarter mile.
And I have to go in that direction.
That is where the
Essentially.
point on the map is marked, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Dak is gonna like turn to one of the soldiers and say pass the message. These trees could be dangerous. I can't really explain why. I've encountered them before. They weren't here last time that I came, and there's no way a tree could grow that fast. So we need to be
Who do I
wary.
pass the message to?
All the other soldiers behind you, just spread the word and have them
Understood.
spread it. I don't want to be very loud.
Yes, sir. And you see them kind of just almost like sign
Mhm.
that the trees are sussy.
Essentially, yeah, trees are sussy.
Sussy trees. Sussy Barca. I'm sorry.
All right, Red,
Fuck up.
give me your account. You're no longer streaming.
Yeah, Red, you have to be muted.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
See how much fucking Dungeon Master damage you take from that one. That is 43.
Oh,
Adios gets smited by the
takes
gods.
43 damage from tripping on a rock and activating the grabby hammer while he's moving with his battalion.
You know what? Fuck it. That will happen next session.
No,
See how many
don't
troops
do
you
that.
kill with it. As they begin like kind of sussing out the trees, you see one of the hobgoblin, like about like a group of like 3 of them, kind of break off from the formation to go like advance and look and like inspect the trees. And eventually one of them, like the 3 of them do kind of come back very quickly. And then when you, sir, the trees, they are marked.
With what?
We're not sure, some kind of runes.
Runes, you say?
Is Calisax? Can I see Calisax, or is he still pretty far north?
He's pretty far up.
Okay. We're gonna move a little closer, and then I'm gonna branch off with you two, and have you show me.
Understood, sir.
Dak is gonna have them move like to about, I would say, like 150 feet away from the trees.
And have the formation stop there.
Yeah.
Alright. And as they kind of stop, the hobgoblins almost like instinct begin just kind of like digging up ground and dirt and stuff and like kind of like throwing it over themselves. For camouflage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dak is just kind of like, you two, show me the marks.
As they bring you over to the trees. The trees have these, they almost look runic markings, but they're not giant. They seem to be written in. Let me check the language and see. This language shares a text with something. What languages do you speak?
Celestial, Giant, Common, and Infernal.
Celestial, Giant, Common, and Infernal.
Damn, you're well read.
Okay. Okay, it is written in... What script does Giant use? Giant uses Dwarvish. It is written in Dwarvish script.
Okay.
There are a few words you can make out through it. And it almost states like... It's difficult to infer what exactly it could mean, but the words that are recognized are "be welcomed in this sacred place." But that is the literal the literal meaning of the words. The rest of the sentence is obscured.
And Dak is gonna look to the other ones, the other two that are there. Can you make out what this says by chance?
I do not understand what this speaks. This isn't a language I recognize.
Out of character, Dak, he's not gonna tell them what it says because he doesn't, fear them. But he's just gonna be like, let's head back to the others and try to avoid this area as much as possible. What time of day is it?
It is still. Let's see. It's probably It's probably approaching nighttime.
Okay.
So like a whole day to march this far.
Okay. And is there can I see any general area where it'd be okay to like set up camp?
In Crow's Nest, it is pretty barren.
Okay.
So you don't. There's like very few places here outside of these like trees that have cover.
Okay.
At best, you can find some like rocks jutting out of the ground.
Okay. Alright, so when he gets back to the others, he's just gonna be like, we're gonna go into the very edge of this forest here. We're gonna be very careful, keep a keen eye. We're gonna rest for the night and wait for Calisex to return.
Understood.
Keep your eyes open. No lollygagging.
Yes, sir.
He motions them forward.
As they begin entrenching an area for cover. And like when do you take rest? Because each of the hobgoblins they cycle in like rest waves to have somebody keeping watch at all times.
Dakith will probably take rest last, waiting for Calisex to return. Assuming he returns tonight. Or ever.
He does return, kind of pushing towards midnight. As Calisex, very fucking stealthy, oddly enough, despite his armor, almost silently like breaches the camp.
Mm-hmm.
I've come back with news.
What say you?
The northern border is empty, entirely so.
Empty.
There is Cabinet's castle is visible from it. However, I don't see anyone walking the streets at all.
No towns guard or common
None.
folk? This is alarming.
I'm unsure what to make of it. Does Cabernet have a curfew of some kind that she enforces for everyone?
I don't know much about Cabernet, if I'm being honest. I've only been there once, and it was a very, very brief thing.
I see.
But when I was there, there was plenty of people.
Was this during the day or in the evening?
It was during the day.
Then perhaps we should wait till morning before we march any further.
Yeah, I had them set up camp. Do be careful of the trees, and Dakith motioned him, toward one of the markings. Can you make out what this says?
I cannot.
And just like for context, what did it say exactly? Welcome.
Be welcome to the sacred place.
Yeah, Dakith's gonna be like, It says, from what I can make out, and I don't know how terrible of a translation this is, welcome to this sacred place.
I see.
I don't know what it can mean, but I definitely don't feel safe.
It is concerning, at least. Welcome to this sacred place.
Last time I was in Crow's Nest, I don't know if it has any correlation, which I'm sure you know of the demigod North. His name's Short.
Oh,
Short Ass?
Titan.
Yeah.
I've heard of his existence. I have never spoken to him myself.
I don't know if this could have anything to do with him or.
Perhaps his presence is simply sanctifying the area.
As long as he doesn't know that we're here.
Indeed.
Dak is just gonna be like, do you want to get some rest?
I shall.
I'll keep watch for a little longer.
Understood.
And on Dak's watch, he's gonna kind of like, 'cause I'm assuming where the area where they're encamped is pretty large in radius, because it's a lot. So he's gonna walk the radius.
Yeah. Are you doing anything with your cannon?
Yeah. He's gonna, because I'm assuming I'm not the only one awake. There's probably some hobgoblins still awake. He's gonna leave it to one. Can you watch this?
Alrighty.
And just leave it with them.
Alrighty. So they take the cannon and seem to take it under very delicate care.
I forget that I'm a general, so
Yeah, they're acting a lot more cautious.
Forgetting I'm high ranking and these people will listen to me.
The first time Dak is actually nice.
Daka can't handle the responsibility.
And that's when the first time Dakith is nice.
He's got
is when
social anxiety.
It's people who he's meant to not be nice to.
That's literally why Dakith is so anxious, because he's basically responsible for these people.
He's got social
He's
anxiety.
always so
Never been
irresponsible.
responsible for others. Yeah, he's never been in this kind of way.
Fucking great.
Yeah. It's really neat.
I love it.
But yeah, he's just gonna start surveying the area.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Holy
Making
shit.
it when it counts.
I
For all
think I
you
got all
who
the
can't
bad
see in
rolls
chat,
out.
it was a 20.
2 20s in a row.
Make sure
As you-
edit the screen.
As you throw, like your focus, like into the surrounding area, kind of gentle, like the cold of the night kind of washes over you. And you can. It begins gently snowing.
Dakith puts his hand out to catch the snow to see if it's an illusion or it's actually snowing.
It melts in your hand.
Is it winter time? Never really.
Winter is not a season that happens.
Oh.
Primordial forces do not exist in many ways here.
Yeah. That's not cool.
With that in mind, Dakith is very incentive on definitely keeping an even more eye open, you know. He's very alarmed.
Yeah. As the Avia ones that are walking around on watch take notice of the snow, and they're almost confused by it.
Dak is gonna not super loudly, but enough where they can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lose focus. Keep your eyes open. Stay concentrated on making sure nothing's going on.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And he just keeps circling the encampment.
As how long do you spend watching?
What time is it right now?
It's probably about midnight.
Okay. I'd say probably till about maybe like another hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Consider that you only do need 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that's why.
As part of a long rest.
I'm assuming we're gonna get up early,
Consider
so
you
probably
also
just
have
about
all
an
your
hour.
abilities still.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true. You do have all your abilities.
So you're not necessarily in need of one either.
This is true.
Okay, well then probably about like an hour to 2 hours, just.
As you, because the hobgoblins all have their rifles with them.
Mm-hmm.
Notably, the rifles they carry pointed like upwards.
Mm-hmm.
About an hour passes, and nothing seems to change. The snow stays at a very light fall.
Out of character, does water getting into the chamber of a gun, does it affect it?
If it's powder loaded.
Okay, yeah.
And
Dakith
with
is
these guns, it would.
okay. Dakith's gonna look at them and be like, your guns are ignited by powder, correct?
Yes.
Point them down. Don't let the snow get into the chambers.
Snow. Is that what this is called? This cold rain.
Yes. And it's very alarming that it's happening. That's why you need to keep a keen eye.
And you see the leaders of each area kind of dole out the orders. As they begin kind of throwing leathers over the tops of their rifle barrels.
Mm-hmm. Are the cannons? How are the cannons positioned in the sitting? As they're sitting,
pointed down, but still with a slight angle upwards. Since you've given the order out, they're now covering them with things.
Okay.
Sweet.
And what about their spare ammo? Are those covered?
Yeah, those are now being covered as well.
Okay, cool.
Notably, there are 10 artillery rounds total. One of them tipped with adamantine.
Okay. Yeah, so then he just keeps walking for another hour.
Right. Go ahead and make another perception check.
Back to the shitty rolls.
You got the one.
I got 2.
Take it or leave it.
Right.
Hello. Oh.
Yeah, just making sure. Making sure I'm having everything straight. Here's the stats.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I don't like hearing that, he says.
Oh shit. Okay. Fuck.
Oh, also,
Should we get to know what it does?
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Okay.
Looking kind of outward on the outside of the formation, kind of as like the hour rounds. Everything with their weapons covered and stuff. You can tell that the hobgoblins are not used to being this cold. They don't say anything, but you can kind of tell that a lot of them started like shivering while they're marching around.
I don't want to light any fires because, obviously, I mean, how cold? Dakith wouldn't know exactly how cold it is because he fucking can't tell.
That feels fine to you.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I guess Dakith's gonna, because he's not used to this shit, so he's like he's being concerned. He's gonna walk over and like, I guess to see one shivering. Is it that cold? I honestly can't tell.
We'll be fine, sir.
I need you at peak performance at all times, so be honest.
These are not weather conditions we're used to fighting in.
Is there anything that I could do to help better that?
Without jeopardizing anything, no.
Very well.
We could perhaps condense the formation.
Yeah, have everyone huddle closer. Try to rely on some body heat.
As they go and kind of like wake the ones that were like resting to like bring them all closer. Notably, this movement does seem to pick up more noise. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Oh shit.
Roll a d20 and add your wisdom to it. And are you proficient in stealth?
Stealth. I'd like to say no, I'm not.
All right. Just an 11.
So 12. I had the big number or the small number?
The small number.
Okay, so 24.
Oh no, I mean the
Oh, okay.
modifier.
The modifier.
So it's 12.
Alright. Alright. As you do kind of like direct it to be like quieter, trying to see how you can min-max the noise with the movement. You seem to dull it down quite a bit. As your hour ends, do you rest?
Yeah, Dakith is gonna walk over to Calisex. Kind of like with his foot, nudge him awake.
And he wakes up.
I'm gonna try to get some rest, Calisex. I need you to keep watch.
Understood.
And Dakith's gonna he's not gonna lay down. He's gonna sit against a tree with his weapons like tightly grasped.
Prop himself up.
Yeah, but he is gonna sleep.
Alrighty. As you get your rest, the night goes. And you drift off with almost some more comfort with the current cold and the snow. And as you kind of drift, your eyes open, and you see yourself buried under like a very, very lightly translucent, like white, like packed on top of you, as you can see sunlight kind of peeking through whatever this mass is, as it feels soft but dense, as you realize it's packed snow.
Dakith immediately jumps up. When he gets up, are the others like buried under the snow?
Roll a strength check.
Oh shit! Wow. Oh, that's yeah, that works.
As you begin trying to like dig yourself out of this, you are buried deep.
Okay, well, in that
Go ahead.
case, giant smite.
Mm-hmm. You don't have room to grow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, is this a nightmare?
No, your body, you can't grow in Giant Smite if you're shit compacting around you.
Oh
This
shit.
is true as well. So
You get the benefits of it, you just don't grow in size.
It's kind yeah, well, not until you have room to do so. So if you
Okay.
do get the shit off you, then you will fucking expand.
Okay, well then Dakith, because he went to sleep with the flame tongue and the axe in his hand, he's gonna whisper the words to. Oh wait, no, I have to wave it, right?
Yep, you have to flourish
Oh shit.
Sadly, with how it works.
Okay, well then he's gonna like try to wiggle his hands like to his like head with his weapons, and kind of like try to dig his way out.
Mm-hmm. Which weapons?
The axe and the sword in hand, so he doesn't lose them.
Alrighty. As you begin digging your way out, go ahead and roll another strength check. Damn. As you can feel yourself making progress. As you begin digging yourself out of the snow, and as you can see the kind of bright light, like piercing through it more, the closer you get to the surface. As you breach it, like through the top, and you can feel your body immediately start growing. You kind of stand up to this like barren, snow-covered existence. There's nothing but just this white covering the ground, and you can see a bit of a like a slight silvery and orange glow, like beneath you in the snow.
Dakith's gonna start digging that out.
As you begin digging, you can see that it's deep, probably where you just came from. Your dagger.
Just picks it up.
As you like dig through and break it down to like pull your dagger out. And as you pull it, it seems to melt the snow with it.
Oh
once you
shit!
pull,
I said, oh shit.
okay. Once you pull the dagger out, and you kind of look around and like take note of like the bleak sky. It almost just looks like the sky is snow, and you feel yourself start falling towards it.
With the sky?
Towards the sky. As you fall into it and land on just this bleak, snow-covered ground. Your dagger sizzling against it. And you see what looks to be a hand kind of like reach out in front of you to like help you up off the ground. A Goliath hand.
Oh no. Dakith, he reaches for it.
As you take it, the hand helps you up. And you see you, not in plate, but in furs. You see yourself, and behind you, behind yourself, you can see what looks to be a whole tribe leading a herd of goats through this wasteland, thriving. And as you just...
Sorry,
Yep.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Go on.
Dakith's gonna like speak to him. The fuck is going on?
As you open your mouth to breathe, something almost gets like caught as you try to speak. Like your tongue feels like gross, and then like a sharp pain goes down the center of it.
He like holds his throat, like staring at the other version of himself.
As you go and like you begin like coughing and seizing, as with one of your like coughs, the hot air coming from your mouth almost pushes these illusions out of existence, like they dissipate into the snow. And you can see as like you cough and your spit and mucus like hits the ground, almost like mixing the ice with like the water, turning into like almost a reflective sheen. As you're coughing, you can see your tongue is split down the center like a snake.
Oh my god.
You can see in this reflection lightning kind of behind you, like looking through the reflection above what you see this storm kind of encroaching. And it almost, the way the storm moves is unnatural. Almost as if it's pushing itself bit by bit, like flying, as the clouds seem to take like a rhythmic beating motion like wings.
Is it a big storm? Does it seem to be like accumulating around something?
It's in the reflection. It's not even behind you.
Okay.
As lightning starts picking up in the storm, and a bolt lands next to you, you can see a Virian reach out to you.
Dakith reaches to him.
As he takes your hand, you feel the pain immediately subside.
Varian, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go on.
Varian, what's going on?
As he kind of like puts his like finger up to his mouth in like a motion. You see, as the hand that he is not holding with yours, or the hand that was pulled up with yours, almost in a mirror sync, your skin turns this like bright red from your fingers encroaching up your arm, as his turns a blue scales.
Jesus.
And as his stops at the elbow, yours does as well.
Like just like the entire pigment of the entire skin is just red.
Yeah, like not like rash red, like devil red.
Ah, quirky.
As you can see that you can almost smell the sulfur off of Avurian. The hell scent.
Yeah.
And as you feel a hand placed upon the back of your shoulder, one much larger than you, much larger than yours. As you turn, it is Yaregdir. And as you turn back to Avurian, you see, upon his shoulder is the hand of Ruby.
This is like a decision-making thing. Dakith immediately he reaches for Yaregdir.
And as you take, as you tap Yaregdir's hand, everything subsides and like a violent torrent of fire rips across the snow and melts it into this damp, humid void as the ground fades away, becoming nothing but vapor.
Note that for the first time since like Dacketh has been in the campaign, he's fucking scared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As the snow kind of like rips and vanishes, and you can feel the humidity kick up, that you begin sweating. And as you begin falling through this void, and you can see below you these like rippling split crags of these reddish stone of Avernus. As you can see the river Styx flowing beautifully through the landscape, the only consistent thing in this hell. As you begin falling towards the ground, what do?
Am I still with Yargir or I'm just falling?
Your Archer seems to be gone.
Okay. I'm falling like toward the river Styx or like just
to the ground.
Okay. Shit. I'd say I'm just gonna pop a Stone's Endurance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what, a D12 plus Constitution modifier.
And then when you take damage, Sean?
So
Well-
if or when you hit the ground, yes.
Yeah.
As you pop the Stone's Endurance and you land, you just don't feel anything. Almost like your land gets softened right before you hit it. Like a sudden
good.
bolt of air or like a catching parachute stops as you hit the ground. The ground then crumbles and falls and splits beneath you. And you can see rising out of the ground a great black tower. One you've seen before in a vision. The same one that was covered in webs. Though this time it is clean and upkept.
Mm-hmm.
And this tower you can see lightning bolts of these deep blue striking it from the top. The Tower of Dis being peppered by lightning.
I can't recall who the tower belonged to.
The second ruler of Hell.
Okay.
The ruler of the second layer.
Okay.
Dispater.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with lightning, oddly enough. And you can see these, like, dragon heads begin kind of reaching around the sides of the tower. One white, and then on the other side a black, and then above the white one on its side, green, and then above the black one on its side, blue, and then over the top of the tower, a red. And these massive pair of, like, purplish red wings sprawl out from behind it as Tiamat places her claw on the top of the tower. And above the tower, where her claw is placed and where the lightning is striking, you see Ruby give you a bow.
Like
as
an
you wake up.
appreciation.
Effectively.
Oh, fucking bitch.
As your dream subsides and you wake up in a cold sweat. I didn't even think those were possible for you.
And everything's fine.
Everything is fine. Just a light snow on the ground.
Okay, Dacketh is going to like jump up and walk a little away from the group.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like drop to his knees.
Yeah.
And kind of like just in his head. You know, he's just like contemplating everything that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see Calisax?
Yeah, Kalizax is actually approaching you right now.
Dakith turns to him.
Did something happen?
And Dakith still looks like completely like he's scared. I had a vision.
Of what?
Can Ruby hear me if I talk to you?
No, not anymore.
I had a vision of Tiamat taking hold of the tower of the ruler of the second layer of hell.
I see.
I had a vision. In the vision, a lot more happened. For the first time in my life, I'm scared.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
I have no choice but to be. My friends are relying on me. Everyone here is relying on me.
Dakith, if you need to, I can take charge.
I'll be fine.
Understood. I have your back.
Do you have any idea? As much as I appreciate that, I have to stay in charge.
Then I shall back you up.
Do you have any idea
Do
why I
not
might be?
ask.
I appreciate that. Do you have any idea why I might be having this vision? You know more about Tiamat than I do.
She seeks to undermine rulers of hell. That's all I can think. It could be a threat. Or a method to off-put you.
You don't believe that it could be that Yarg just pissed at me for aiding Ruby, or even being slightly in legion with Ruby?
I do not know. I do not know Yarigdir's priorities. But it would be foolish to be upset at you for doing this. This is a mission that benefits you, does it not? This is a mission that benefits him. Clearly he can't be. Look at what he's granted you.
That's true. And as far as Tiamat, where do you lie?
I don't quite know.
You know how bad it would be if they were to raise her from hell, right? All these people we're fighting this war for now to save, essentially, just to bring another, more powerful god to this earth.
I am unsure. Still. I have fought for Tiamat my whole life. She has saved me countless times. Ruby has saved me, so I can't.
I understand. I'm in the same predicament. And Zaketh just like stands up. We should probably get going.
We shall see to it that this is completed.
And Zaketh shakes his hand.
And he shakes it as well.
And Dekka's gonna head over to the group. It's like, is everyone good?
As the kind of leaders approach you of like each of the smaller units, yes sir, we're ready to go.
All right.
The collection of warmth towards the center seem to off-put the cold.
Very good. Stay quiet. Stay close. Keep your eyes open.
Yes sir.
Any motions like everyone to pack up and get moving.
as you begin moving towards the border. You can see the castle in the distance, and the border is not guarded, though you can in the distance see people walking around the country. Like off
Okay.
down, because the border is at like a higher elevation than Cabernet's land.
Okay.
But you do see down that people are walking about the city as normal.
Dakit's gonna like tell everyone pretty much to get in a position where they can't be seen. Given though I know we're far away, but still.
Right.
And he's gonna walk over to Calisex.
Calisex is crouched and in position.
Now we wait, but as much as I'd like to stay in charge, I would like you to assist me in decision making from here forward. We'll work together as equals and make sure that together we can accomplish everything that we were told to accomplish.
Understood.
If you see me making a bad decision, don't hesitate to inform me. I've never been in charge of this amount of people before, and it actually means something.
Neither have I. Two heads are better than one.
It's very true. And Dakis is gonna just head off and like not far, but kind of like survey the area around to make sure there's because we are like how far away would you say the castle is?
It's a good like. It's a good 1,000 feet away.
Okay, good. Yes.
A bit more, but yeah.
Okay.
So you probably have like I want to say like half a mile on it.
Okay.
So a couple thousand.
Yeah. So Dakis gonna like Is this the position we wanted to be in, pretty much?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna start surveying the area around where we're currently basically encamped to make sure there's no threats in the area.
Right.
But he does ask for 2 people to come with him.
Understood. In addition to Calisex, or?
No, Calisex is staying.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's gonna.
And 2 hobgoblins come over, each carrying a piece of ammunition.
Dakis just kind of like relaying the same message I've been saying. Keep your eyes open.
Mm-hmm.
Stay alert.
Do you ready the cannon?
Yeah.
Alright. As you crouch down. As you crouch down, and you like pick up the cannon and ready it like over your shoulder as you have one knee to the ground, kind of just aiming it like straight at the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Nice.
You can see guards present, but they have not noticed you.
Okay. At the castle, correct?
Hogger.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Dakit's gonna motion for the others to load the other cannon, and get it ready.
As they... Oh, the one that's still in the wagon?
Yeah.
As you hear the fucking bang noises of them, like, opening it and loading a shell in, closing it and sealing it, and taking aim.
Dakith goes on, do not fucking shoot the cannon until I say so.
Yes, sir!
We're pretty much, are we in the open or are we covered by forest?
There's like debris and like stuff in the way,
Okay.
like rocks and stuff that you're able to take cover in on this elevation.
And Dak, because I'm assuming Calisex is pretty close by too.
Yep.
He looks to them. So now we wait on the signal.
Yep. And he just nods. And so, you take aim. And the scene takes a shift.
Oh no. And I thought it was gonna be easy.
You see the scene take a shift to a ship, like a boat, like a sea boat, almost a galleon size. It's large, flying through the sky.
That gets like immediately.
No,
dropped.
you do not see this. Scene entirely changed.
We're talking away from Dak.
Okay. Fuck.
Scene entirely changed. As you see this like ship going through the sky, it's dark, very dark. But as this figure in a Buccaneers outfit, familiar to all of you, kind of peers over the side of this vessel, the lone creature on this deck. He looks down and sees Pendragosa's encampment on this night. But then a boom. And then what sounds to be like a dragon's roar. As it looks like almost a dawn break in just a moment across the horizon. But in the clouds. It's just in the clouds. Almost skipping the horizon. As this dawn begins moving closer. And closer. And rapidly. As this captain just goes prone on the deck as a golden streak of radiance just narrowly misses him, tearing apart the guardrails on his ship as it zooms past him into the distance. And as he stands up, you see him kind of like open his coat, and a band of pistols almost levitates themselves off of it, floating around him. As he eyes the dawn. As the streak comes back once again. As he, like, all 6 of these pistols kind of, like, take aim and fire at the same time. And you hear, like, a ding kind of ring through the air as he redirects whatever was flying at him. Just slightly enough that it goes low and nails through the center of his ship, tearing a hole through it. As this golden radiance streaks into the ocean, going so fast that it almost leaves a tunnel in the water before it collapses. And you see the ship begin falling as this captain, like, kicks off and jumps out of it, and just as he leaps, vanishes in a cloud of mist. And as it goes down to the ground, beneath the sea, there's like this massive, like, silver hammer, like, embedded in the sand. Like it was thrown down there. And what looks to be a gauntleted, 3-fingered hand pick up the hammer. And that is where the session ends.
Best. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you had a fun
three
time.
fingers. Are we mean 3 fingers including thumb, or 3 in total?
3 in total, or no, 3 including thumb. So 4.
So okay.
No pinky.
Gotcha. No, I see.
No pinkies.
Thank you all for tuning in. We know it was a rather short one, but we're doing this bit by bit for each character.
Yes. Compact.
We are compacting.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming they're all gonna be short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, with that, it depends on what happens during each session too.
Indeed.
As you chosen to strike the tower with your cannon, things might have gone differently.
Oh no, I would never.
Yeah.
He's
Gotta wait for that signal.
But we'll
He's
see you.
waiting for the signal.
The signal. We'll see you all next week. Who are we assuming is next week? Is it Thaddeus?
It's Thaddeus or Melanie, depending on who wants to go.
I think it probably would be Thaddeus,
Gotcha.
but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So tune back in again next week, and we'll see you all then.